Right, lads, you both know the rules, so let's just have a good, clean fight, okay? Most of all, remember to defend yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. Keep it clean.
A warm welcome back to Sheffield, a week on from that fabulous night across the city when Kelbrook entertained a crowd of 10,000. There's a real buzz about the place and a good trade fight here to kick off action tonight. Prize fighter champion Patrick Mendy in with the talented, if rather wayward at times, campaigner, former Commonwealth light middleweight champion Patrick Pryce, who's been around the scene, well, for a long time. Dangerous, but how much is left at 31? Mendy 10 years younger and very much the man on the way up, and physically he has an advantage too, Glenn.
Yes, he does. He's a big man, already landed with a good right hand. Mendy, just a youngster, but he's made very promising start to his career, hasn't he?
Decided to campaign at 11 stone 6, but has been a super middleweight while sparring with Tony Bellew, a light heavyweight. So you saw with that right hand the natural power, despite only one knockout on the slate, should be with Mendy. He's a handful, he's tough and rough, and Pryce, he can bang too, but he can be hurt.
He can be, and it's been a long career for Patrick Pryce. He says he's in the best shape he's been in for a long time for this one. He knows there's really nowhere to go from here should he lose, so it's very important for him.
Intriguing one, this really is. Pryce with the experience, the knowledge, the form of old, and Mendy, we just don't know quite enough yet. Difficult to match, been a tad inactive. This is a chance for him to show everybody what he can do. Nice jab there from Pryce. He's got the long raking arms, finds punches from different angles, but what about the reflexes now, so late on in his boxing adventure?
Well, it's a quiet opening, both just having a look at each other. Mendy doing a little bit more. He's the one that's just getting off first for the punch.
There's a solid look already, a feel about Mendy. He's settled well, nice uppercut. Looks in terrific shape as well, doesn't he?
He looks very strong. Got a nice rhythm about his work. Everything's pretty relaxed.
Yeah, nice jab as well there from Mendy, and again, Pryce just slow to get out of the way of that. Spotted damage already on the bridge of the nose for Patrick Pryce, and the left hand. It's a good start, this, from Patrick Mendy, the youngster based in Reading. Yep, nice opener, Mendy's round.
Balance a couple of times, yeah? You just keep from there, on that jab, double that jab up, crash that right hand through. Got to keep that left hand up though, yeah?
The voice of Kevin Campion, who is Patrick Mendy's new trainer, was with Jim Evans, decided on a switch.
And he started pretty confidently, Mendy. Good right hands landing.
Wearing the silver and black trunks. Patrick Mendy with the black boots, the white and black of Sugar Sweet Pryce. It's in fight number 43. Pryce has been around since July 1999. That's when he made his professional debut. You may remember the days of Joe Calzaghe's a big mate of Gavin Rees, who retained his European lightweight crown in Paris last night in a great display. Good crowd and experience out in France. Quiet here in Sheffield at the moment, but Mendy, well, with the advantage early.
Well, you can see there's a little bit of respect between both these men, and with Pryce you get the sense that, you know, he can respect Mendy's strength and power. Just looks naturally a bigger man.
Yeah, Pryce has campaigned at welterweight and light middleweight. Quite got the head movement of old. Nice right hand from Mendy, who looks sharp and fast. Could just be the guy on the way up and the fighter trying to remember the good old days, Glenn, here.
Yeah, it could be. Just trying to get himself back in. Kind of needs it. It's all he really knows, Bradley Pryce. He'd love to just lift his career up a little bit and get in there for a final flurry.
He eked out a victory in October over Danny Butler. Needed to do that at his home of Newport, but a couple of losses in a row to Colin Lyons and Sergei Rabchenko beforehand, and badly needs some momentum again, Pryce, or it might just all fade away.
Well, you do sense that Pryce's better days are behind him, but can he just reclaim a bit of that against the youngster? Mendy, pretty much untested. We don't know really what he's going to be. Good potential, though.
Well, that's it. The word around the gyms is that this guy's pretty good, Mendy, but we need to see it in the ring.
Yeah, most definitely. That's where it counts. We know he's good as a sparring partner. We know he works well with Tony Bellew, but it's different turning that into good performances.
Bellew hard at work and preparing for his clash with Danny McIntosh in April, Friday the 13th. Right hand from Mendy, and that was bang on the button. And he's teeing off a little bit. Good timing, accuracy from Patrick Mendy. Just a tad slow, and the upper body movement poor from Bradley Pryce.
Jab, don't need to do anything more than what you're doing. Just keep moving him, keep with that jab, that right hand will come, yeah?
All calm and smooth in the red corner. Kevin Campion, Glenn saying that just stay on that jab.
Yeah, there's the right hand he brought behind the jab, but it's all just bit by bit starting to flow for Patrick Mendy.
Tell you what, it's a mature start this from the 21-year-old Patrick Mendy, who became the youngest winner of prize fighter at just 19. Victories over Sam Horton, Daniel Cadman and Paul David back in the summer of 2010. He was talking about a match with David for the English Super Middleweight title, but he's down at 11-6. And could that be the right move? Powerful, and at the moment looking the part. Pryce with work to do here.
Quick 1-2 from Mendy, landed well. Now Pryce is going to have to change tactics. He's going to have to take the fight to Mendy a little bit, put him under some pressure, standing off. He's getting picked off with that long jab and right hand.
On paper, Glenn, before this, you'd have felt not only has Pryce got the experience and the seasoning and the tricks of the trade, but also the speed, naturally the lighter man. Not working that.
No, it's not. I think he's a little bit underestimated, Patrick Mendy. We haven't seen a great deal of him, but what he's done well.
Rather a patchy record of Patrick Mendy, 4 defeats in 17, but you can't really read too much into this. He's been matched tough, especially at the beginning. Travis Dickinson beat him on his debut, 2009. Also Kenny Anderson on points as well, over 8 rounds in Scotland. You know, not easy.
No, he hasn't had it easy.
Good right hand from Pryce there. Action just starts to warm up.
Well, Pryce had to do something different. He started to change tactics, take the fight to Mendy, and he needed that. He's not going to be able to stand at range and outbox Mendy.
It's very interesting, trying to turn it into a fight, grabbing hold of the middle of the ring. This is different from Bradley Pryce, although that jab still working from Mendy. A little blood from the nose of Pryce.
But just switched off a little bit, Mendy, in this round, being made to pay. Wonder if he felt a bit of power in those punches from Pryce.
A better third round, more even Stevens, as we thought this fight might be. Sort of looked 50-50 beforehand.
put more authority in the work of Pryce. He's now pushing forward, getting the centre of the ring, taking the fight to Mendy. Mendy not so good on the back foot.
And he'll want to be testing Mendy where it really matters in the ring, that he hasn't got a sparring partner's mentality, you know, travelling the gyms and... Yeah, Pryce is round.
Walking him down, walking into stupid punches.
Yeah.
Listen to me now.
Yeah.
You can win this fight.
Yeah.
The snap's gone out of this kid's punches already.
Yeah.
Honestly, mate.
Yeah.
You've got to be sure. This kid has come from about 12 and a half stone, mate. That's right.
Yeah.
I guarantee
Yeah.
you. Right? He is next.
He's becoming a pretty astute trainer, Gary Lockett, very intelligent. Like us, he was in France last night, steering Gavin Rees to victory. How he'd love to see Bradley Pryce do a double for the gym. I've been impressed with Lockett since he's become a trainer.
Yeah, good addition, isn't he? Good trainer, good level head, knows his stuff.
Could punch a bit as a fighter too.
He certainly could.
The rocket he had, Gary Lockett. Made it to the very top level, just Kelly Pavlik found that step too far in Atlantic City. Patrick Mendy trying to get himself set again and build on the good first couple of sessions he had. Pryce just unsettling Mendy. Not as much rhythm or fluency from the 21-year-old now.
No, he just looks as if he's thinking a bit more. Caught Pryce with a good right hand there as he just starts to come forward, but he's been on the retreat for the last round.
That is the problem, of course, for Pryce. He's getting out of the way of these punches. He's been in some humdingers over the years. And been stopped a few times. Matthew Hall did him in a couple of rounds, taking that Commonwealth title away from him. You thought it was all over then for Pryce. Back he comes. Up and down career.
Yeah, but for the most part, pretty exciting. He certainly give us some good moments.
That he has.
He's just gone onto the back foot again in this round, and it's Mendy with that little bounce in his step, pushing forward, pushing that jab out and rocking the head back at Pryce.
And he had a couple of four-rounders back end of last year, Patrick Mendy. So it'll be interesting if this does go into the latter stages. Have a look at his stamina. Gary Lockett was saying that he's come down in weight a long way, and that should suit Pryce. We'll see. Good body shot from Bradley Pryce. You've got to take your hat off to Pryce. Resilient character despite the problems he's had. His 10 defeats on the record. Still going, still trying. Right hand, though, from Mendy was a good one. And another one. And he's in trouble here, Pryce.
Yeah, big trouble. That right hand is really landing on the target.
Well, he needs the bell, Bradley Pryce. He needs to sort himself out and get back to his corner. Mendy with success there. And he nods at his opponent, Bradley Pryce, but his legs haven't quite recovered. He was hurt and could have been in dire straits if that had happened earlier in the round, Glenn.
Yep, I think he would have been. He was busted up. You can just tell there that he's hurt by that. It took him by surprise and shook him up. Short little right hand. Then again, goes back against the ropes, and the right hands keep raining in. Pryce dropping the left and being caught time and time again, and had to hang on there.
I mean, he was probably winning the round until this.
Yep, but he lost it at the end of the round with some very good, hard punches from Patrick Mendy, who upped the tempo and was looking to get Pryce out of there.
Bonus 10 seconds.
That'll give him plenty of confidence. Patrick Mendy now knows he can hurt the knowledgeable Pryce. vulnerability. Bradley Pryce has shown at times, will that come back to haunt him? He's had only one knockout on the Mendy slate in 13 victories, but because of the natural size advantage, punches might be hurting Pryce more than, say, the welterweights and light middleweights he's been used to fighting.
Also, he's got a few miles on the clock. He's took a lot of punches, Bradley Pryce.
This is better again from Mendy, behind the jab, nice right uppercut. Showing some real skills. A nice boxing too, Mendy. And a lovely right hand again. He's got that comfortable look about him that he had in the early couple of rounds.
Yeah, but it just looks as if the reflexes have gone of Pryce a little bit. You know, he's not moving the head out the way. It's really down to Mendy. Can he up his tempo? You know, has he got that spawn pod, the mentality, or can he take his chance when he hurts an opponent?
Jim Evans was raving about him when he first came over. Patrick Mendy. How good is he? Will he be a really important addition to the 11 stone 6 division, which is flying at the moment, of course, in Britain? The likes of Martin Murray, Matthew Macklin's challenge. Good right hand from Pryce. Darren Barker, whose operation went well this week. He'll be back probably in September. Good action again in the 5th, like there was in the 3rd.
Yes, it's good action, but when Pryce lands, it doesn't have a great deal of effect, whereas when Mendy lands, it's busting Pryce up and rocking the head around a little bit, and the shots look hard from Mendy.
Well, Glenn, one or two of those gym rats that you get to see around the circuit have talked about what a good chin Patrick Mendy has, and haven't really seen him hurt or troubled. A tough and hard individual. Turns southpaw first time in the fight. Just momentarily. It's something that we've seen Pryce do at times, switch hitting.
Mendy's looking, for me, he's looking a little bit tired. You know, his hands are coming down. There's not a bit of snap, and it's Pryce that's took over towards the end of the round, where Mendy's had the really good spell. You wouldn't really expect him getting on his back foot and, you know, just biding for time, as he looks as if he's doing now.
Good round. Let's get over to one of Sheffield's favourite fighters. Ryan Rhodes is joining Andy Scott.
Ryan, how are you scoring the fight so far?
I'd give Bradley Pryce one round out of the fight so far. It seems to be getting a little bit difficult for Bradley. In the last minute and a half, though, he came back into that fight, to be fair. But Patrick looks very, very heavy-handed. And I'm just hoping Bradley, you know, gets a little bit from that last minute and a half and pushes on.
Ryan, you should have been on the bill tonight. Frustrating sitting here watching?
Very frustrating. I was absolutely buzzing to get fight back in Sheffield. Had an injury in training. We're over that now. I'm back into the gym, so I'm waiting for the Hattons to reschedule the fight.
Good to see Ryan at ringside as always. Was meant to fight Sergei Rabchenko. Funny, isn't it? We saw Nassim Hamid last week. Ryan Rhodes this week. Rolling back the years a little bit. Memories, Glenn.
Yeah. Ryan's still there though. Still doing well.
Looking a bit fitter than Nassim these days.
A little bit fitter than Nas.
It was good to see Nas, though, ringside last week. Ricky Hatton was there, of course, as well, for his brother Matthew. Ricky in the front row, promoting tonight.
Yep, I'm seeing the same as Ryan, just giving Pryce the one round. That's the 3rd. Although, as Ryan said, he did do better in the last minute of the 5th round there, the last one.
Second half. And remember, Pryce very used to the 10, 12 round distances, of course, whereas Mendy isn't. We're learning more about the 21-year-old. Had 3 fights in the space of just 19 days when he started his pro career in Britain. Was formerly a top amateur in the Gambia. Patrick Mendy. But the secret was out in prize fighter. Now he's got to build on that.
Yes, he has, and he's gone a little bit negative again at the start of this round, and looks a little bit tired. It's surprising. He's still young. He looks strong, looks physically fit, but is there some stamina problems?
Little twist in proceedings here. Bradley Pryce getting some shots off. You can't write the Newport man off. He's been there, he's seen it. British title level, Commonwealth Championship. I mean, many thought he'd go the whole way when he turned pro. Boxing since the age of 8, Bradley Pryce won his first 16 professional outings. A real talent back in the day.
He misses with the right hand, and again, Mendy lost any sort of snap, hasn't he? And really shouldn't be tired at 21 after just 5 rounds gone. Shouldn't be blowing, it should be sharp and getting on with his work.
Doesn't look as effective on the back foot, hands are low. Can Pryce just sense that Mendy is tiring? Can he work 3 minutes of every round? Mendy.
What's more important is get into a mentality of taking breathers when they can, putting on the pressure when they need to, just to liven up an opponent. And you wonder if he's getting that mentality.
It's more open now, Mendy. Pryce might have nicked one back there. I think most of us at ringside have got Patrick Mendy a couple of rounds in front, so plenty to play for, fight for here.
Yeah, but Pryce showing character, experience, and coming back into it a little bit. Mendy looking tired.
Patrick Mendy went 8 rounds with Jez Wilson, 8 rounds with Kenny Anderson, and he lost both of those. So beyond 6 rounds, yet to have a victory, Patrick Mendy. This is a pretty crucial night for him. As a showcase of his skills. He doesn't sell many tickets. I know his uncle Ambrose is here ringside, but it's not a big fan club, so he's really got to impress Glenn on every occasion he gets the chance.
Very much so. The opportunities are going to slip away for someone like Mendy because, he'll be in that who needs him club. And, he needs to be exciting, he needs to get the job done, and, then he can demand title shots. But it's now Pryce who's looking strong and smile across his face as he takes the fight to Mendy.
Yeah, he's taking 1 or 2 jabs, doesn't seem to mind about that, Bradley Pryce. And Spencer and Andy were saying earlier it's Mendy early or Pryce late. And maybe this is more the territory for the Welshman as he tries to back Mendy up behind his own jab. And the blue corner alongside us getting more excited, more animated. Gary Lockett shouting, Dominic Ingle in there as well. I think they feel now, Glenn, that Pryce can do this.
Yes, you just sense a little bit of mental weakness from the youngster Mendy. Just is not going his way, and he's feeling sorry for himself a little bit. Pryce got that experience. He's toughed it out in the past. He's been through hard fights, landing with a good right hand there.
With Ryan Rhodes' withdrawal from the bill, this match was hastily made. It could come down to who was having better sparring in the gym, who was more ready for the opportunity. Certainly Pryce, last couple of rounds, is beginning to motor, and look at that, a little shuffle of old.
Yep, flicking that jab out, looking for the right hand. Mendy's jab just pouring out, carrying his hands low and on the retreat.
Just occasional flicks with the jab now from Mendy. There's blood to his nose. Definitely not the pace he was setting early on.
Yeah, misses with a wild right hand there, Mendy.
I think they've got to read the riot act to him in the red corner a bit, Patrick Mendy. Be interesting to see what Kevin Campion's got to say.
Patrick, you've still got to get back on that jab, yeah? You started off that round quite well, yeah? You started on that jab quite well for that round. All right, the second half of the round, you let him come and you're reaching with your right hand, yeah? You must set everything off that jab. Your jab is killing it, okay? But you've got to keep pushing it out, okay? Don't be lazy with it and don't reach for that right hand. You've got to use that jab. All right, you cannot let him push it back.
Nose damage that assistant Lee Beard is working on there. Breathing heavily too in that corner.
Yeah, I think that's the most noticeable point. Breathing very heavy. They're telling him just to throw the jab. He's a little bit more urgency than just a jab, to be honest. Pryce still enjoying it.
Bradley Pryce, who was looking red hot himself before he ran into Ted Bammy back in August 2002, and then he started having fights at a really top level. Neil Sinclair beat him, Jose Alushigan stopped him. He had a close one with Michael Jennings. He beat Ozzy Duran. These are good fighters. Nice win over Anthony Small, and he sparked out Martin Concepcion. Is Patrick Mendy at that level? Can he be at that level? Don't know yet.
No, we don't. There's certainly question marks, and looking at that corner, he wasn't very animated. He looked like a fighter feeling sorry for himself. Looked like he was getting tired, and you shouldn't have that. If you're gonna go anywhere in this game, you've got to be alert and bright and fit.
Gary Lockett waving Pryce in. Damage to the nose. His friend Gavin Rees had that last night early on. But they're tough guys, and he just walks through that jab, Bradley Pryce. And all that training that Enzo Calzaghe used to do down in the valleys on those hills. I mean, it was hard stuff, Glenn.
It certainly was, and that got him in great shape. We know he's strong. We know he'll want it. He'll try hard, but Mendy's started to work his jab. At least he's listening to the orders he was given and getting that jab working again, and to good effect.
Popping out the jab, Mendy trying. It looks harder for him now, but he is responding.
Yeah, better for Mendy. The start of this round, then the right hand. And he's just upset the rhythm of Bradley Pryce. And Pryce not getting his punches off.
I'll tell you what, Glenn, he's answering a couple of questions here, Patrick Mendy. Sucking it up, delivering. Back comes Pryce. Yeah, we thought this would be a good affair to start our live action tonight on Sky, and it is. Who's going to win it?
Well, it's still poised. Pryce lands a big left hook. He is getting tired though, Mendy. Can he keep his good work to the start of the round, or Pryce coming later in the round with some good punches of his own?
A seesaw session here in the 8th, and you wouldn't put your house on a victory either way, would you?
No, better jabbing from Mendy early in the fight. A little bit rally towards the end, but this has been so far Mendy's round.
Up at middleweight Pryce, but still showing there is something deep in that locker. You don't just become a bad fighter overnight, maybe an older one. Interesting session. How did he score it?
For me, it was a Patrick Mendy round, just with a better work from the jab. He answered what the corner asked for, enough to win the round.
All you want to do is win the rounds. This is the winner. This is where the winner is to round.
Both corners working hard with instructions.
Yep, still landed some good punches. Bradley Pryce towards the end of the round, he was having the better work, but Mendy, for me, had done more for the first 2 minutes. And 2 points in it, Mendy in favour.
I've got it by 2 as well, just gathering information at ringside. Spencer Oliver's got it by 1. Yeah, the general feeling is that Mendy is slightly ahead. Scheduled for 10 rounds. Pryce with that experience. Gary Lockett firing him up last 6 minutes. Needs a big finish, the Welshman, no doubt about that. Might find it though, or can. Mendy keep going, lovely uppercut. Sweet shot from Sugar Sweet, but back comes Mendy with the right hand. And he's just bulldozing his way through at times, Patrick Mendy. Good one this, Glenn.
It is a good one. And that was a good shot from Pryce, but he made the silly mistake of admiring his work and smiling at it, and then Mendy hit him back instead of just getting on with your job, and left, right, straight down the middle.
Pryce marked up. Scars of battle, as we've seen many times before. Always in good ones, Bradley Pryce. Little less again from Mendy. What does he need to go back to the gym and work on? It's all very well sparring with the top names, but to get him, you know, really ripped and ready to fire for those 3 minutes around.
I think mainly, you know, the work he needs doesn't have to be done in the gym. It's, you know, he can do it anytime. It's mental work. It's about, you know, thinking that you're a winner, thinking that you're going to win something and go on. And that's the sort of stuff they need to work with Mendy on. You know, he's sinking into a mentality of just doing enough, or maybe not even quite doing enough. And he needs, you know, if you're going to be a champion, you've got to go out there and you take titles.
Backing off and flicking. More authority again from Pryce, but he knows he needs a big finish here. Crossroads fight. Where does Pryce go if he loses? There can't be many more opportunities. Mendy gets a couple of accurate shots in.
As Pryce is pushing forward at him. He's trying, he's determined. Big left hook from Pryce. He wants this one, and does he want it that little bit more than Mendy?
Times, I think he does, Glenn. But then Mendy has produced the better work on occasions. Good shot, though, from Pryce. 9th might be his round. Drawing closer, Bradley Pryce. Remember, the referee scores it, Michael Alexander. Should it go the distance?
Well, this is definitely a Pryce round. He's pushed forward, he deserves this one. Mendy has got youth on his side and, you know, hasn't been through the mill, but Pryce has got determination. He knows what it takes.
Finds a quick right hand, though, Mendy. Not enough volume, determination. Pryce takes that one, narrows it on the cards.
Patrick, you've got to keep your hands up there. You got caught there and you're reaching for your shots.
Yeah.
You've got to keep your hands up, keep that upper body moving. You've got to keep that jab going. Yeah. Okay, we don't need to do anything else. Keep that jab going. Yeah. All right? Go out, use that jab and move. Yeah? Jab and move. Okay?
45 seconds, 30 seconds. Right, he's knackered then, he's just trying to pinch it off you. Right, you've got to get close and throw the 2s and 3s. Please throw the 2s and 3s. Yeah. You're just trying to fire the jab.
So when he's pinging that jab, just block it with your right hand and block it and walk into him, knock his jab down.
Side to side.
Makes the jab miss, Pryce, and then comes back with a nice long left uppercut. Still life in the old dog yet, isn't there?
There is. And what's impressing me is the passion of Bradley Pryce. He wants to stay in this game. He believes he's got more to offer. A couple of nice paydays maybe ahead for the family. And Patrick Mendy has got to prove that he's got the bottle and the right mental attitude. As you were saying, Glenn, I think that's really important.
Yep, that's the only thing, you know, I've seen missing from Mendy, from his work. That desire, you know, that hunger that he wants to win. You know, Pryce is 10 years older You know, he's been, the wear and tear is there for a young man to see that and take advantage of that.
I sort of really want him to go for it. He's got ability, Patrick Mendy, no question about that. Sometimes you need a little bit more. Dig deep. Pryce is doing that here. This is a close one. Have no doubts about that.
Well, Mendy, decent fighter, good potential. He's got Tiger on his back, and that may be in reference to the great Dick Tiger, but unfortunately just falls quite a bit short of that great fighter.
Yeah, wonderful, wasn't he, Dick Tiger? Good jab from Bradley Pryce. Finishing strong, just out of range. I tell you what, he looks fresher, Pryce, even in the 10th round.
Well, he's got a second win. Mendy, though, he's got that spark. He's picking Mendy off. He's certainly winning the better of this round, and you know, maybe he can get something out of this. Bradley Pryce, if he does, he's done very well, because it didn't look like he would early on.
Last minute of what's been an absorbing 11 stone 6 contest, the 18th of Patrick Mendy, the 43rd of Bradley Pryce. All the ingredients in it. Who's going to go on from this?
Well, neither one's really been the boss in there. For me on my scorecard, I think if Pryce can keep the work on this could make a good draw. It's been a good fight.
Mendy slips on the advertising hoarding and a wry smile. I think you'll be happy to hear the bell, Patrick Mendy. Good start, but a poor finish. I think a draw might be exactly the fair result. We wouldn't mind seeing this again, Glenn.
No, be a good one. Certainly no one's got the upper hand. Pryce finishing the better.
I think it will mean the world to Bradley Pryce if he can squeak a win here. He's certainly got this last session. Has he eked out the victory, the comeback? Has Mendy done enough early? Who's going to get it? Bradley Pryce does, and look what it means to him. Look at that, at 31, victory number 33. It's a great weekend for Gary Lockett and his gym down in Wales. Patrick Mendy can't believe it. But I tell you what, Clem, I think Mendy threw that away.
Yeah, he's got himself to blame with that lack of desire, a lack of work. Well done to Bradley Pryce. I thought he'd done enough to get a draw, but there was enough with the referee to give him a win. But it was a good, entertaining fight. And Bradley Pryce shown there's still a little bit left in there. Mendy, for me, he just didn't want it enough, and there's a little chink in the mentality of Patrick Mendy.
I think it's a fight we could see again. Pryce and Mendy, a learning one, education for the 21-year-old. But he just won't go away, Bradley Pryce. Hats off to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of extremely hard-fought boxing action, referee Michael Alexander has scored the contest for Mendy, 95 points, for Pryce, 96 points. Your winner from Newbridge, Bradley Sugar Sweet Pryce. A gallant effort from Patrick Mendy.
Well, a smiling Bradley Pryce, and why not? Another victory for a Welshman. It's been a week of victories for Welshman with the likes of Kerry Hope and Gavin Rees and Enzo Macronelli. Can this man join the list? Gary Buckland coming your way next. He makes the first defence of his British title. Warming up, ready to rock. Takes on former Commonwealth King Paul Truscott.